It is not.
It isn't.
So let's move on along to another story, the clampdown on illicit brew. And this all, you know, set ball rolling by the president with that directive to the leadership from central Kenya particularly, but the entire country for the same to happen. And so many things have happened since then. Just the interview I was having before the newsroom was now about the withdrawal symptoms that these people who had been addicted are going through. So there's the elements of root causes and why we're in that place as a country, the statistics on children and alcohol, it's worrying, and as a country where we stand, and the corruption that's getting these unscrupulous people to continue to thrive with their business at the expense of these people. So that story for you, Nancy, told well, or just, you know, we're excited with all of this showbiz of pouring alcohol?
I think it's still an unfolding story. So, to borrow Clay's words. And so whether it's been told well, I think we would need to look at it, you know, in the next coming days. But I think the kind of coverage that we have seen, and not just so much the coverage, but the approach that has been given to the whole problem, it appears it has been projected more as a regional issue rather than a national issue. And I think for me the concern is that we are concerned, or rather the concern is on the illicit brew rather than alcoholism as a whole, and where the country stands, you know, with regards to that. There has been a lot of sensationalizing the whole thing, you know, a lot of acting for camera, so to speak, rather than dealing with the real issues. And you know, some of the real issues are, you know, what happens. I mean, pouring this illicit brew doesn't solve the problem. You have people who are addicted.
It's a disease.
It's a disease. Where, you know, where are they going? What's going to happen to them? Beyond central Kenya, where else is this a problem?
Nowhere.
No.
No, but again,
you know, and has that, you know, and has that conversation been sustained? I think I saw, I don't know what I was reading on Twitter, and somebody said, yes, it's a national problem, but it's a bigger problem in Central, and that's why the emphasis for us is to start with Central first before we can go to other regions. My approach would be very different. I think we are dealing with, you know, with the symptoms rather than the root cause of the problem. Now, the other question would be, what is it that pushes, you know, these people into alcoholism?
They're MPs.
You know, so and again, that's why I said it's unfolding. Maybe in the next couple of days, I am going to see, you know, those kinds of conversations.
I'm really jumping on the beat here, to be honest.
Okay.
There are several things that Nancy has said that I don't quite
agree with.
You're on fire.
Yeah, okay. Number one, what are we tackling? What is the problem? Now, you say it's alcoholism.
You say?
I say, look at the figures, you know, look at the statistic. According to the WHO, 77% of Kenyans don't even drink. You know, now the problem drinkers, actually heavy periodic drinking, is under 5% of the population.
Which comprises of most of the alcohol in the East Africa region?
I mean, actually, no. The standard itself reported on the WHO report in 2014. And it said that actually Kenyans drink the list of all the...
misleading.
No, but what did? Wait, let me finish. Nakada did a study in Central Province, found 70% of Central Province people have never touched alcohol in their life. They've never touched it.
Okay.
You know, the other 30% includes people who used to drink, have stopped. It includes people who drink responsibly, and yes, includes problem drinkers. The point I'm trying to drive is that we haven't mapped out what problem we are solving. You know, everybody is assuming that there is an alcoholism epidemic. And we hear the media pushing this narrative that an entire generation is being lost. Based on what? What figures do you have to show this? Nobody quotes any figures.
I think the coverage.
No. And this has been my criticism. The second thing is when we look at illicit brew, which I agree. I mean, people having a brew that kills them or blinds them, etc., is bad, and we need to tackle that. But we need to also have a perspective of why people are going to illicit brews.
That I think has been canvassed.
Actually, if you look at it from a point of view of policy, apart from the one article I saw yesterday on by Mutiga, was it yesterday on Monday, Mutiga, that was looking at, actually, look at what happened when they put up excise tax, or was it excise, sorry, tax on Sorghum beer, which had been removed in 2012, and went back up to 100%, driving up the price of beer. And that, again, opened the floodgates for people to go for this illicit booze. We make it difficult. The problem isn't that the poor people drink. That is how it's being portrayed. That is not the problem.
What's the problem?
It's not that rich people are somehow better at drinking than poor guys. No. The problem is the policies that we have that make legitimate booze, safe beer, out of reach of the poor. So then they resort to what else they have. These are policies borrowed all the way from colonialism.